Good evening, everyone. So this is Hassan Habib from Hassle Free Education, and you know, as we are coming for a long time, I mean around 9 o'clock, and today I have invited one of our prominent guests, and his name is Dr. Javed Iqbal, and he will be our guest, and I'll invite um, within a short time to come on our show. And by this time, um, I'd like to say to you, I mean, if you have got any questions, please take pen and paper and write it down or comment. And whenever I'm gonna give you the opportunity to ask you a question, please ask us, and you're gonna get your answer on live. So right now, I'd like to invite Dr. Javed Iqbal, and he will be with us right now. And just give me one moment to bring on live on. So hopefully he, he will join us very soon. Hi, good evening, sir. How are you today?
I'm very good, Aslan. How are you? How's everything? Is
Yeah.
everything clear? Can you see
Yes.
me? Is everything fine?
Y- Yes, I think so. I can see you clear picture. So by this time, who are watching right now, can you please comment below if you can watch and listen clearly? Please comment below yes, then we can understand that you do.
So I think we are live now, yeah?
Yes, we are live. So we see there are a few people. I mean, they have just joining right now. Um, However, I'd like to ask you a few questions as I have requested to do. Earlier that there will be a lot of people. I mean, watching this video later on or on live as well. So I'd like to get a lot of values from you. I'd like to pick up your brain so that when they are watching, they can take a lot of notes.
Yeah, sure,
they
sure.
can they can execute whatever you are going to advise. So
Yeah,
first of
sure.
all, I would like to give you I'd like to ask you, can you please introduce yourself, because there are a lot of people they don't know about you, but just I have told them a few things about you. So your name is Dr. Javed Iqbal and you used to teach in School University. That's the simple thing I have told them. So I would like to listen from you.
Oh, sure, sure. First thing, can you hear me properly or
Yes, I
is there any problem? Yeah. So, good evening, guys. My name is Dr. Javed Iqbal. I did PhD in Innovation and Technology Management here from the UK. So before starting my PhD, I have worked as system analyst and software engineer. My background is from IT and computing. So after my PhD, I worked different universities as a lecturer, as a research fellow, as a research assistant, on different positions. So I mean, after working different universities, I realized that job is job. So why I shouldn't start my own journey, my own venture? So as my background was from IT, so I started my own IT company here in London, and we started helping other businesses, other entrepreneurs to run their own businesses to get more, I can say, to promote their businesses on, I can, in other words, like marketing. So we covered, too many things. So after that, I mean, we built like, eight, nine people, the team, we started working together. So after that, I started moving. Meanwhile, I started one of my security company. So we've been approved from Security Industry Authority, that's called SIA, and accreditation called certification called ACS, Approved Contractor Scheme. So we run that business, and then I felt the taste of a business or entrepreneurship. So parallel to that, because as my background was from academia, so parallel to that, what I did, I wrote a book. So that book was specific to security industry. I mean, how you start a security company, how to get registered, and how you get approval, what documentation, what step do you need. So you need whatever you needed. So I mean, I wrote on that book, and luckily, my that book became bestseller. And so through that book, I generated my leads, and then slowly, gradually, I shifted as a security business consultant, or in other words, you can say ACS consultants, yeah, approved contractor scheme. So now I'm specialist, or I'm a specified consultant. I help security companies to run seven-figure, eight-figure businesses, and how to get approved, how to get, I can say, ISO certifications, how to get, ACS certifications, this kind of stuff. That's my journey, and I really enjoy it. It's totally different from academia, because academia is more literature based, or more, I can say, theoretical. But whatever we are doing now is more practical. Every day you have to face too many challenges. You
Hmm.
have to face too many, I can say, the barriers.
Hmm.
So you have to hustle a lot.
Hmm.
So I hustle a lot as well. My early days, at least 2 years,
Hmm.
I had to make a huge struggle, to be honest. So but
Yeah, so
now,
we're gonna go there in a bit. So before that, would like to reveal some sort of
can
secret.
I get
I mean,
can I get a glass of water?
yes,
Because
sure, you can.
I'm coming from exercise,
Uh-huh.
and I'm boiling.
Okay, okay, absolutely fine. So now would like to know some sort of things from your early life. So can you please tell us a bit about your school life? Let's say when you were, let's say, 10 or 12 years old. So how
Yeah.
was your life?
Ah, that life was brilliant. If my colleagues or my class fellows, they watch this video, they watch this interview,
Hmm.
so that would be amazing. That would be amazing. So I would say during that time I was one of the brilliant student. So I mean, throughout, my background is from science. So I had science, in school, then college, then university.
Hmm.
So I had very good life. So as all of you know, always we don't forget, our school life.
Hmm.
So that was one of the best time of our life. So still we remember our friends. So still we are in keep in touch to each other. So who we stay together.
Okay, just to ask you a little bit. So, still, can you remember? I mean, which city? Can you please share us? I mean, which city have you studied, and what's the school name? All about that, and how about your, classmates and all that stuff? Can you still remember them?
Yeah. Because actually, I'm from Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and brought up in Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
and my city is Lahore.
Mm-hmm.
And I studied, in government schools.
Mm-hmm.
For that time we studied, and I can say I'm not from, in other words, you can say from elite class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from, middle class. So I studied, in government schools. So the school was good, very good. And I remember my, I can say, friends, my cousins who were together. So most of my friends, they're successful.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my cousin, he's got PhD as well. He got from Holland in chemistry. So other one, he got PhD in chemistry as well. He's from, I think, Austria.
Mm-hmm.
So they working abroad as well. So some of other friends, they've been studied well as well, and they've been settled, abroad in their countries, Canada,
Mm-hmm.
Spain, all these countries as well. So I mean that was good. That was good. I don't say that was extraordinary life.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to struggle. I mean, we have to find our own way. So
Okay.
that was in our
Okay,
school life.
got it. Absolutely. That is the brilliant history. So now my question is, I mean, how why in the world have you chosen to come to the UK and for the study purpose? And then, as you said, you did your PhD and all that stuff. So, why have you chosen UK? That's my question. And how? You made your decision to fly to the UK.
Uh, ac- Actually, UK is an English country,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and British universities are well known in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So again, as I told you, I'm from Pakistan. So British universities are very, very famous in Pakistan as well. So first, I thought to go, other countries. I know some of the people from Pakistan. I mean, during that time, they were going to Russia, Russian state as well, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, all these countries, for study.
Mm-hmm.
So, but because UK is like as well known. It's in education, is it's for its universities like Cambridge, Oxford, and all these universities, top universities in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say British education is acceptable all over the world as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important thing on top of that is when I was planning to go abroad for study. So that time, I go like as a scholarship as well. Maybe if you remember that time, different university delegates
Mm-hmm.
they were visiting different countries.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the delegates from the UK they visited, Pakistan as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of my colleague and me we went there
Mm-hmm.
and we appeared in interview, their internal interview, their assessments, whatever. So that was, in other words, I would say that opportunity. I gave the opportunity as well. So number thing was, my intention, my plan, and second thing was opportunity as well. So I got opportunity to come to the UK. So that's that I came here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, I would say because British education, British universities are worldwide recognized. So there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going, say, like, other states, like Russian states or wherever, you don't know, maybe you study there in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
in Russian language. So
Okay.
when you go back to your country or wherever, so might be they will not accept your degree or they will not accept your qualification because you haven't studied in English
Mm-hmm.
because you study in their native language.
Mm-hmm.
So always native languages are not acceptable everywhere, but English is acceptable everywhere. So that's worldwide. That's universal language.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one of thing. So that's why it's just to everyone as well.
Mm-hmm.
So actually going abroad
Mm-hmm.
or just getting qualification or it's master or maybe in other words I can say maybe doctorate whatever try to get in English
Mm-hmm.
because that will help you to go anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Okay, got it. So the next question, that's very, very, I would
critical.
say sensational as well. So, what made you to decide to do PhD then? So, as you shared that you came
that
to the UK for master's degree, you have done your master's, and after that, why have you decided to go for PhD?
they I would say there are two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
One was that was my dream.
Mm-hmm.
When I was child, I was in school, primary school, high school, then university or college, wherever. So always I was dreaming to go, on higher level, get, the PhD or DS, Doctor of Science, or this type of qualifications. And always I was dreaming to be a scientist,
Mm-hmm.
like as a research fellow or, as a scientist, these kind of things I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, that was my dream, my intention. And second thing, so actually I applied for scholarship. When I done my master's from here, I got distinction. So I had a chance to get a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there was some criteria, very specific criteria to be accepted on PhD program. So then what I did, I applied in a couple of universities, different universities.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the university,
Mm-hmm.
that time, they launched a scheme. I mean, they were accepting, students on scholarships. They were giving, it's called, fee waiver.
Mm-hmm.
Finances, living, your accommodation, everything you have to bear by yourself, and university will exempt your fee, your tuition fees.
Mm-hmm.
So that's called, fee waiver.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied under that route,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been through, I can say, the process. Like first interview, then research committee interview, this dean, this it's like a big process.
Mm-hmm.
So first, my supervisor accepted me on that program.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I went through interviews, presentations, to the research committee.
Mm-hmm.
So they accepted as well. So then, luckily, I was granted scholarship for my PhD.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, that I'm getting something granted. So, like as I say, a scholarship. So who would say no?
Mm-hmm.
So he accepted, open-handed.
Mm-hmm.
So. That's it. That's why I did my PhD as well. So
Okay, so we got a question. So, Ahmad, he was asking, can you please tell us something about your teaching experience? So, can you please share some of the moment of your teaching experience? I mean, how you started teaching at the university, and if you have got, I mean, the best moment in your life, I mean, teaching, as you dreamed about your PhD and teaching. So, can you please share something about that?
yeah, because I have taught on MBA and MSc e-business,
Mm-hmm,
and I've been a module leader.
mm-hmm,
I can say research methods, and then a research module leader of e-business as well.
okay.
So actually, I have taught postgraduate level, no undergraduate level.
Mm-hmm,
So might be my experience is bit different
mm-hmm,
from undergraduate or secondary schools or from there.
okay.
Actually, my most of the teachings they were research based.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do latest research. I had to go through different journals, different articles, what's going on. Then we had to deliver that, I can say, teachings to our students. So that I mean, on that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what that was amazing experience
Mm-hmm.
because you learn a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to learn a lot as well because you have to deliver to postgraduate students.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, in your mind is all, I mean, already that was in my mind that, oh, I'm going to deliver to postgraduate students,
Mm-hmm.
So some of them got industry experience, some of them they had jobs, they're coming, for further education. So I mean, that was sometime, we call it, like stressful
Mm-hmm.
because, but parallel to that, that was more motivational as well because that gave me more motivation. So you have to prepare a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read a lot. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because you mentally you are prepared that someone gonna ask you a very critical question
Okay.
because there are serious people sitting in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
There are no children, there are no babies, So I mean that was quite exciting and very very good experience to be honest. I love that experience.
Okay, got it. So, you know, on this page, there are a lot of people. I mean, they are very much interested in studying in different fields and different courses as well. So, most of the people, I mean, on this page, so either they are watching and they are living in the UK, and a lot of people, I mean, they are watching from outside of this country as well. For
Mm,
example, from Asia, like Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
have got a few particular questions for the local students, for
yeah.
international students, and for PhD students as well. So
Mm,
I'll go one by one to
yeah,
ask
sure,
all
sure,
the
sure.
questions. So, as you shared with me a lot of experience about, I mean, while you were working with University of Huddersfield, so I mean, sometime you are responsible for recruiting, I mean, students as well. So
Yeah,
you are responsible for the team, I mean, who started recruiting from Middle East countries as well.
yeah, yeah,
So there are a lot of students. I mean, as we are a student consultancy firm, we are helping a lot of students to come into the UK. And when we communicate with them, the first question they're gonna ask, uh, they had a lot of questions. And first question they started asking, so about the tuition fees. Then they're gonna ask, what's the opportunity I have got after this? And then they're gonna ask, can I settle down here? And
mm,
they start thinking all the teams things together, and when they think all the things together, and they become overwhelmed, and that's why they cannot take any steps. So
mm.
regarding that, for the internal students particularly, so what are you gonna tell them who are in overwhelmed situation? That's my question.
No, but your question is too big, too vast. What's
Yeah.
the what's the specific? So I can
So
explain.
the specific question is, when students are considering to study in the UK,
Mm.
they are thinking about especially three things. Number one, about the tuition fees. Number two,
Yeah, yeah,
it's about the opportunity. I mean, after
yeah,
studying here, what they're gonna do. And number three, they are thinking, can I settle down while I mean, finishing my course and working for some time?
No, these students here, you're talking about international
International,
students.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I about the fee. I don't know what's going on now
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not in academia anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there are lots of opportunities. Because many universities they offer you scholarships, so you can apply for scholarship. At least if you don't get full scholarship,
Mm-hmm.
they will give you like £3,000, 2,000 something exemption from your fees.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you can. Otherwise, for the international, as we know, these universities they make money out of international students.
Mm-hmm.
So mentally, you have to prepare yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you have to buy what's you work here or you get money from your home country, from your parents, whatever you do. That's I mean, the students know better.
Mm-hmm.
The students, know better. I mean, how to fund
Mm-hmm.
their fees and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
About the settlement, as maybe maybe more than me, because now I think British government they have started post-study work again.
Yeah, that's right.
So if they have done master degree from here,
Mm-hmm.
so that would be, I mean, they can get I think post-study work for 2 years visa or something like that. And after that, I mean, during the 2 years period, they can switch to, I think, work permit, or they can switch to, some other categories, or they can join different categories as well. So I would say, I mean, if you see previous, I mean, few years, if you go back, I mean, if you go a few years back,
Mm-hmm.
that time there were restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
I think there wasn't any, I say, IGS International Graduate Scheme, or that time there wasn't post-study work visa, etc., etc. So, but now they open the doors again.
Mm-hmm.
So there are lots of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after doing your degree, but here I would say the condition is you have to get your degree first.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened most of students, I mean, they get distracted
Mm-hmm.
and they go somewhere, they don't complete their education. So I would suggest here because that route we chose,
Mm-hmm.
I chose that route as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think get your qualification done first,
Mm-hmm.
and after that think about other things.
Mm-hmm.
So as you pass your degree, automatically you'll be qualified for post work.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are post work, so you can work full time, and parallel to that, you can find out any, why you can say, work visa, or you can switch to other routes as well. So the main thing is here, to get your qualification done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay,
So,
got it.
and I would say there are loads of opportunities in this country as we have gone through the process. So we settled down, we have taught at different universities. Now we do our business as well. So I would say there are not too many opportunities here.
Mhm. Okay, thank you for that answer. So, I'd like to summarize, I mean, whatever doctor said. So he said the tuition fee, just I'm going to give you some sort of information, that is going to be around £10,000. It depends on university and courses. So if you'd like to go for particular universities, then we can give you the exact price, I mean, how much tuition fee you have to pay. And second thing, as he said, I'd like to repeat that, I mean, if you finish your graduation or post graduation from here, you're gonna have 2 years work permit, and you can work full time, I mean, whatever sector you'd like to have. And after that, you have got different options. So for example, if you'd like to, I mean, start working for different companies, and they give you some sort of what is called um, visa for a sponsorship, then
Yeah.
you can work for them as a um, tier 2 visa. So that's, and there are also other great opportunities as well. You can get a sponsor, or you can start business here. So so whatever, I mean, I understood from him that so one step at a time. So what he suggested is, so if you are thinking about, I mean, studying in the UK, you have to think about, I mean, finishing your studying first, then go for the study work, then you will have a lot of opportunities, then you can grab one of them. So the next question I'm going to ask you is, there are a lot of people in the UK, I would like to say, the people, I mean, who are adults. So it might be more than 30 years old, or around 35 or 40 or 50 years old. So most of them, mostly they are immigrant, and they had a dream to study at British university, but when they came to the university, the first reason is they struggle a lot, they haven't that much time to think about that and go to university to study. And second thing is, that time they were not eligible to study and get the grant and fund from the university as well. So now they settle down everything, they have got the whole family here. Now the missing part is education from their life. So say that their age is from 30 to 50 years old. So still, I mean, they're on the fence and they'd like to study, but they are back of the head saying something, oh, should I start studying right now? Or what I can do, I mean, after studying this and that. And what you always say is never late. And think about the KFC. He has got success when he has got retirement. So about these people, I mean, who would like to study, I mean, the adult people, what's your suggestion, sir?
So my suggestion is, actually, again, over here, Asan,
Yeah.
what happens when on this same question,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have discussion with our friends, family friends, and all of us sit together.
Yeah.
So all of them, they say to me, you are lucky.
Mm-hmm.
They say that you are lucky because, you have go qualification. I mean, sometimes, as you say, you're coming from bottom to up.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, I'm coming from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I studied first,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm coming down, then job, teaching, then job, and then, my own business.
Yeah.
So actually, in that case, in other words, we can say I'm lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So again, here, I would say to everyone, get the opportunity, get education,
Mm-hmm.
so you are sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Because education is an international key.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever you go, maybe you are in this country or where you go back home, wherever you are in the world, so you'll be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And also, sometimes people think that educated people cannot become successful businessmen.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong. That's wrong. So I would say, for do I mean, if you get an opportunity, do get your qualification done, and after that you can go back to your business, or you can go back to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Yeah.
So at least that part of your life would be completed as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also there are another things. Sometimes we feel, oh, I'm not educated. You understand? I mean, like sometimes we have regret
Mm-hmm.
in ourselves, inside.
Mm-hmm.
So if we say, like, if we are educated, whatever we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I mean, I don't say educated people are sitting in on posh
Mm-hmm.
seats or posh positions. That doesn't mean maybe you are doing, bottom level job, but mentally you don't feel regret. Oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. Yes, I mean. So if I see myself, so some of the consultants in my industry, even they don't have qualifications,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe they have, like, maybe undergraduate, or maybe they have master, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? But I think I'm different from them
Mm-hmm.
because I have PhD, and wherever I go,
Mm-hmm.
when I go meeting, I see my customers, I see other clients, so I feel proud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have this one, and my competitors, they don't have that kind of qualification.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, being a qualified, always you have edge,
Mm-hmm.
and always you are out of your, I can say, crowd, and you are totally different from your competitors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's I would suggest to everyone. If you get an opportunity, please grab the opportunity and get qualification, especially from this country. It will be very helpful. It will be very useful.
Thank you for that. As you just mentioned, that there are a lot of people. They are saying that, I mean, the educated people who has got university degree, they cannot do the business, they cannot have success. But what I understood from their point of view, probably they didn't, I mean, have got a lot of information. So when I was started reading the book Bloomberg by Bloomberg, I found here's the, I mean, graduated from the best university in the world. And
Hmm.
once I have studied, the founder of Nike, Phil Knight. So he
Hmm.
he has graduated from accounting, and he has got the post graduation as well from the university as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, so it always give us the confidence, the age. I mean, whatever we like to do. So for
Asan,
sharing.
sorry for interrupting you here. Sometimes people tell us about different case studies.
Mm-hmm.
Say, like, Bill Gates, if he wasn't dropped out from Harvard, he wouldn't be a Bill Gates. Mark Zuckerberg, if wasn't dropped out. These are just a few case studies.
Yeah.
We cannot generalize those case studies to the world. We cannot say, I mean, any educated people cannot be a businessman, or all uneducated people would be a successful businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So those are few case studies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we cannot implement those case studies on each and every person.
Yeah.
So, and other thing, I think now the world has been changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, say, like for example, you are an educated people. I can see lots of book, behind you. Yeah. So you are educated if you can read and you know the importance of these books. That's why you are reading the books.
Yeah.
If someone hasn't gone school
Mhm.
or if someone doesn't know how to read or how to write, so how he can read or how he can write?
Mhm.
So I would say, world has been changed, so we should get qualification.
Mhm.
And as you say, if you see like Elon Musk,
Mhm.
yeah, take the example of him. Why people don't give his example as well? When they compare, Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates.
Yeah.
But I'm in that class. To be honest, I'm from that class. If you see the other guy, is called, Alibaba.
Yeah. Mhm.
What's his name?
Jack.
Yeah, Jack Ma. Look, he's educated guy.
Mhm.
He was university teacher as well.
Mhm.
So that's why I would say get education.
Mhm.
Here, I would say there is one problem.
Mhm.
I don't know. I should, tell here or no, or maybe you'll ask me later.
Mhm.
There is a problem in our education system.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So we should rectify that problem. Instead of we say whole system is collapsed, whole system is that.
Mhm.
Again, here I don't want to use those words, but I think maybe grapes are so. Maybe sometimes people couldn't get
Mhm.
that qualification. They start abusing that system, or they
Mhm.
Here what I'm trying to say that the problem in the system is
Mhm.
number. There are three. I think there are three things.
Mhm.
Number one, system is theoretical.
Mhm.
Education system give you the theories. They don't tell you about practical.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, the system in their system,
Mhm.
I say number one, theoretical, not practical.
Mhm.
Number two is generic.
Mhm. Mhm.
They tell you like they teach you 20 subjects, they teach you, like 25 subjects, excuse me, so etc. etc. And then in our system, they don't narrow down or they don't find you a niche,
Yeah.
your specialization, in other words.
Mhm.
So like the most of the guys, even I remember yesterday, I had very long 1 or 2 hours debate. One of my friend,
Mhm.
he was my colleague as well, was a problem in our system, especially we're talking about Pakistan.
Mhm.
The problem is
Mhm.
we teach too many subjects.
Mhm.
We don't make them specialists.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's much better if you make a student specialist.
Mhm. Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when someone leaves his university, maybe from graduation or maybe from master, what he or she should be, they should be specialist of one thing.
Mhm.
So like if someone is studying computer sciences,
Mhm.
so when he finishes his school, maybe he has got master or maybe he's got bachelor, whatever he's got,
Mhm.
but he should be like he should be specialist in web designing.
Mhm. Okay.
He should be specialist in Java programming. You
Mhm.
understand me?
Mhm.
If someone is interested in networking, he should be specialist in networking.
Mhm.
So in that case, he would say, I have master
Mhm.
and I'm specialist in web development
Okay.
or I'm specialist in networking. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
We finish master or whatever, but when we come out, we go for a job. They
Mhm.
say, what do you know? I say, I don't know.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes, I mean,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And now, I'd like to request you to share some sort of experience. So, the students most of the time we get here. I mean, we are helping. Most of them are adults. So let's say they have got family member, they have got children, kids, and all that stuff. And after that, they make the decision to study at university. And most of the university we are working with, so they provide 2 days class. Let's say, I mean, if they go to the class 2 days, still they can manage their family, they can have their job as well. And so still, I mean, there are a lot of people, especially adults, they're on the fence, and um, they are thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough in English, I'm not good enough in writing, I can't manage it. University is a big thing. So this sort of, I mean, buzzword is in their mind. And
monkey,
last time I think,
some monkey
yeah,
sitting.
yeah. And last time you have, we requested a lot to make I mean, some time for us, and we requested to join on our workshop, and you have some sort of experience. I mean, working with the adult students, I mean, who are getting ready for the university admission test. So can you please share some sort of things, and what do you suggest them or recommend them who are on the fence?
As an here, that's very, very good question. So I would say again, British education system is very, very good system. Very, very good system.
Mm-hmm.
They don't leave you behind.
Mm-hmm.
Just you get admission,
Mm-hmm.
so they will help you out.
Mm-hmm.
As you say, look, out of 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
if you are going to university or college or your academy, wherever, so look, still you have 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
In 5 days, you can spend time with your family, you can go to work or whatever you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And still you get, financial support as well
Mm-hmm.
when you are local, when you are here.
Mm-hmm.
So they give you maintenance fund as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, just you have to be committed,
Mm-hmm.
and then system will make you successful.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. You have your tutor, you have coaches, you have, I can say your writing tutor, you have, academic sport, you have small, I mean, you have a lot of sport from your institute.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally up to you how much you can gain,
Mm-hmm.
how much you can learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think their system, education system, don't leave you behind. It's totally up to you how you get, how you become successful.
Mm-hmm.
They don't leave you, I mean, like helpless.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say if you get an opportunity, don't worry that you'll get failed or universities, as you say, is a big thing. You will not be successful. I'm no agree to that. So I would say at least give it a go, and you will see. You'll see. I mean, as say, as you start moving,
Mm-hmm.
universe will start helping you out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just get going.
Mm-hmm.
Just just take admission and start going to university, college, or wherever, and you'll find a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
Main thing is here, I would say, if you get failed, that's your fault because you are not fully engaged with your tutor, you are not fully engaged with your university or your college, you are not fully engaged with your department.
Mm-hmm.
If you are fully engaged with them, you will find help from there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You'll get help from them as well. So I mean, from your tutors, from your class teachers, from the assistants, they have huge infrastructure,
Mm-hmm.
so they will give you a tutor.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they give you one-to-one as well. Understand, if someone is struggling, they give you one-to-one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they give out of our sport as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends your institute, and then it depends on you as well. I mean, how you get support from them, and how I mean you make them to support you,
Mm-hmm.
how you make them to help you if you are struggling on anything.
Okay. So just I'd like to share with you a few, I mean, a bit information so that, I mean, who are watching, they can understand. So first of all, as Dr. shared with us, so just try to give it a go. So once you have got, I mean, take the first step, then if you come to us, this is our responsibility to, I mean, prepare yourself. And so right now we have got a lot of students, and they have got different sort of skills. So some of the students, they are, I mean, ready to go now to the university, and some of the students, they need some sort of time. I mean, they need to improve a little bit in English. So that's, I mean, considering those sort of things. So what do? When a student come to us, they consult with us, we tell them straight away that you are ready to go to the university. So go through this process. I mean, make your application, fill out this form, and write your personal statement, make your CV. And if you have got some sort of struggling with that, we give some sort of support with that. And if you're not there yet, so we have got, English courses. We have got what is called level 3 courses as well. So you can go through with level 3 course. So once you develop your English, and you have got some sort of skills regarding the courses, then we can help you to go to the university. This is just one stop service. Once you come to us, we can help you regarding that. So Mr. Ali Khan, he was asking, can I start studying? And the second question, he said, how can I start? So Mr. Ali Khan, so probably you got our number is 0743208954. You can see on the screen. So when you finish the live, or tomorrow in the morning, please give us a call. We're gonna book an appointment, and they're gonna our student consultant, they're gonna get back to you, and they're gonna help you through the process. So Now, I'd like to ask you a particular questions regarding the people who are in.
Hassan, here, if you don't mind, can I add something, whatever you
Yes,
say?
sure, sure.
I think, as you say, I mean, you're the process. I mean, if someone is not ready,
Mm-hmm.
English is not good or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's universal truth. It's universal phenomenon. It applies everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, when you are a businessman, I'm talking about myself. So straight away, sometimes we don't close clients straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Some clients are ready.
Mm-hmm.
They are happy to start working with us maybe from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes clients they are ready today.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to educate to the clients
Mm-hmm.
that what they have to do. Sometimes it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, 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 slowly. It's like, in other words, sometimes we call it, like getting married.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone you can't propose to someone straight away, in it.
Mm-hmm.
So first, what you have to do, first you make some connections, you start communication, then you go for, as we call it, dating, in it. So, and then tea, coffee, slowly, slowly you start moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the same process, in education as well. If someone is not ready to go to university, he or she doesn't need to worry. They can improve themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in English, or as you say, you help them as well to improve their English, and to help them to get admission in universities as well. So that's the process of in every field of life, maybe in business as well. Maybe business or wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
These are the processes. Sometimes you are ready. Sometimes you are not ready.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are not ready, so you have to find a solution. I mean, how you will get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are there. You are helping the people, to get ready to go to university, to colleges.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, just going back to the previous question, what I was about to ask you. So, we sometimes we got some students, they are in advanced, and so they got a bachelor and master's degree, and they would like to go for the journey as you have been through, PhD. And I mean, I'm one of the candidates as well. I'm thinking about going for, doctoral program as well, either DBA or PhD. I'm not sure. So, like me, the people who has got, graduation and master's degree and who would like to go for the next level, and they are afraid to go there. They are thinking, well, if I start, I have to, go through the process. Let's say 2 3 years, or if I go for part time, it's 5 years. So in that case, who are on the fence like me? So what's your suggestion to them? Number one question, and second thing is, uh, where should we focus to complete? To accomplish the ultimate result.
I think this is one of the best questions so far.
Mm-hmm.
On this topic or in this question, I have helped
Mm-hmm.
too many candidates, too many students, and few of friends as well. So first thing, as you say about the suggestion, yeah. First thing, find out your research area,
Mm-hmm.
in which area you want to study.
Mm-hmm.
Go through the latest research going on in that area, that particular area,
Mm-hmm.
and then find out what you call gap. We call it research gap.
Mm-hmm.
Find out research gap.
Mm-hmm.
What is research gap? Because actually, no, what is PhD? PhD is not for Nobel Prize.
Mm-hmm.
PhD is actually PhD is a contribution.
Mm-hmm.
What will be your, because when you apply for admission or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
even for your PhD viva,
Mm-hmm.
the main question would be what's your contribution.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to satisfy the team.
Mm-hmm.
This is my contribution, and it will make an impact
Mm-hmm.
on world or in this area or here or there, whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
End of the day is your contribution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what you do, you find out research gap.
Okay.
For research gap, what you have to do, go through latest research, what's going on in your the specific domain,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then find out research gap.
Mm-hmm.
After finding out research gap,
Mm-hmm.
start writing. It's called synopsis,
Mm-hmm.
like summary in
Mm-hmm.
like 1,000 words.
Okay.
What has been done, like it's called literature review. What's already has been done,
Mm-hmm.
and what you gonna do, and then how you will do.
Mm-hmm.
That's called research methodology.
Mm-hmm.
For such methodology you're going to adopt
Mm-hmm.
to get those results or to fulfill
Mm-hmm.
the area or to contribute in that specific area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that these are the steps you have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
When you have written down, say, like 1,000 words,
Mm-hmm.
so what I suggest, that's the biggest point,
Mm-hmm.
that's the golden tip,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Okay.
or golden key for you. Here, the people make a very big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do? They start applying blindly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they say, I mean, find out any topic. Yeah. So they start applying for PhD blindly.
Mm-hmm.
They get rejected, 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 rejected.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what was the reason or what's the reason.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ask the university, and university don't explain to them the properly as well what was the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you the reason. What's the reason?
Mm-hmm.
The reason is there are very limited supervisors
Mm-hmm.
for PhDs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
For example, you are like in your case, for example, you say you specialize in Facebook marketing,
Mm-hmm.
let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you say entrepreneurship and Facebook marketing. This kind of your area you chosen.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think each and every university has a professor who is supervising PhDs on entrepreneurship and Facebook? No.
Mm-hmm.
Might be Harvard University,
Okay.
Cambridge University, Oxford University, they don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Might be you find out a local university or maybe low lac university, there is a professor who is interested in that area, or maybe he's doing research in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy will accept you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that program.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometime might be you have done master from any low level university, low rank university, and that area, I mean the area you are, I mean you are willing to do a PhD,
Mm-hmm.
the professor is sitting in Harvard University. When you apply there, he would be interested in your field. So might be he will select you. I mean for PhD, supervisor is most important. He accept your application and you will carry your journey with the supervisor. It's not like classroom. You go 10, 15, 30, 50 students sitting there and you been deliver a lecture. PhD is different. PhD is different. Okay. So here, most important thing is your supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
So first, find out a supervisor
Mm-hmm.
who is working, who is working in that field, in
Okay.
that specific area.
Okay.
Then start communicating with that supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
If he's happy, tell him what you want to do. In that case, you are not wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, talk to him. If he's happy, then submit your application to the university. That's what I did as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way people are get rejected, then they become disappointed. Oh, I applied to my university, they didn't accept they didn't accept my application for PhD. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
why they rejected because they don't have supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
If they have supervisor, they will accept student.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's the way people make mistakes. So you shouldn't make that mistake. So follow these steps,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully you'll be accepted.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing that. So now, Nana, you said good evening. Good evening, Nana. So if you have got any questions, you can type on comment box, and I'm gonna approach to Dr. Javed Iqbal. And by this time, I'd like to repeat, what he said, just if I understood well. So he said, whatever my interest or expertise is, I need to focus on that area, and I have to start writing at least 1,000 words, and that's might be considered as my proposal. And instead of finding the university and all this stuff, I have to find out first the supervisor, who is expert in that field, and I need to approach to him, and I need to communicate with him. And once he has started responding, and that's gonna help me to get the what is called PhD proposal accepted. That's I understood. And now the question I have got is a bit different. So as you have got a lot of experience, as you worked with the university, especially you are responsible for the recruitment team. So when you used to recruit the students, basically, what sort of things did you expect from a student? For example, what did you like? Uh, that's my first question. So when you, invite a student for the interview, and you see student came to, the interview room, and once you ask him to take a seat, and after that, what sort of things you are looking for or expecting from a student? That's my question.
Ah, you know, when you guys apply, I mean, your students apply to the university.
Mm-hmm.
So all universities,
Mm-hmm.
they ask for personal statement.
Okay.
So actually, what is that personal statement? That gives the personal statement tells about you, what you have done,
Mm-hmm.
and what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and how you will be successful on that program. So if you have previous background,
Mm-hmm.
or if you have experience in that field, and then your dedication and your commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go for, I mean, interview,
Mm-hmm.
so interviewer can see from your wording, from your likes, like your content.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you want to do. Actually, as a teacher, if say like I'm interviewing you, as a student,
Mm-hmm.
I will say I would seek, or I will, I'm looking for, I would be looking for, I can say your dedication
Mm-hmm.
and your knowledge in that field. I mean, do you know something? I mean, in that field you have chosen. For example, you studied business and like say business management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you apply for medical something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have anything related to that field,
Mm-hmm.
so that will be very difficult for me as a teacher, and also difficult for you as well,
Mm-hmm.
for me to make you understand, to deliver those content to modules, and for you to understand my content, what I'm going to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have experience or you have background in that area,
Mm-hmm.
that will be much easier for me as well as a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
so I can make you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because here one thing people think, that if students get failed, so it will not affect the teachers. No, it affects a lot,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because my reputation, my credibility will go low as well. Say like if I have 30, 35 students in my classroom,
Mm-hmm.
and my result is 50% or 40%,
Mm-hmm.
so definitely my HOD will
Mm-hmm.
ask me this question. They say, these guys pay this money, they are paying like 10,000, 15,000 pound a year, and 50% students are fail.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? My teaching capabilities would be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be asked questions. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So my here, I would try. I will do my best
Uh-huh.
that my maximum students get passed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
From those views. So that's why here that's filtration. I will filter
Mm-hmm.
from applications.
Mm-hmm.
I will choose. That doesn't mean who go high grades, etc. etc. No.
Mm-hmm.
First thing is criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Criteria is not for me. That criteria is for my admin team. They'll see your IELTS score,
Mm-hmm.
they say your qualification, and every checklist. Checklist.
Okay.
He has this. He has this. He has this.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come to me,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll take your interview. And interview, I want to see your dedication, your background, and your knowledge as well.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see, I mean, you would, I mean, would you, I mean, I want to see your capabilities. I mean, if you would be able to carry your studies, or you will be drop out somewhere. How you get drop out? Because you don't have knowledge. You get disappointed. You know what I mean? And you are not dedicated, you are not committed.
Mm-hmm.
Main thing is your dedication and your commitment. When you are committed and dedicated, you get pass.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you for
Is that okay? Does that make sense? Oh,
yes, and I would like to dig into deep. So, when you said you are looking for some sort of things, for example, commitment, knowledge, and this sort of stuff. So, I understand. I mean, when we send our students and they got ready to pass the interview, and the same thing we tell them, but how will we understand that, well, what sort of question they will be asking to define or determine that, well, he is asking, am I committed? Am I knowledgeable for this? So how the students will know that, and how students can take preparation for that? That's my question.
interviews are different. There are different kinds of interviews.
Yeah.
It could be assessment based. If teacher is looking for, he or she can write.
Mm-hmm.
So might be the teacher will give you an assignment. He would say to you, can you write an essay of 500 words or this and that? Maybe they give you a topic. So like nowadays is coronavirus everywhere. Maybe they ask you, can you write 500 words on coronavirus?
Mm-hmm.
In that way, they want to check your vocabulary, number one, number two, your structuring of your English, and number three, your writing power.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? That's the one thing. And second thing, they will go deeper and deeper. Say like they start from, if it's me, I'll start from your background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Hassan, what you had done before? You tell me I've done, a bachelor in this and then master in this one. Okay, why doing nowadays? I'm working. Why doing? Why happening? You know what I mean?
mm,
So in that way, they'll correlate your qualification, your experience, your background. You understand?
mm,
So in that way, the interviewer will make an image in
mhm,
his own mind.
mhm,
Oh, okay, this guy has done this. He has done this. He has a little bit of knowledge
mhm,
about this subject area.
mhm,
So I will ask you, okay, if I take you on board, so
mhm,
how do you carry on your studies?
mhm,
So let's say I have experience, so that's why it will not be very hard for me. Or I have time, I will spend more time, I'm more dedicated. You know what I mean?
mhm,
So these things as well. Sometimes, student, for example, he say, I'm very busy, I have job, I have children, I have this, I have that.
mhm,
So sometime, so I can see, already this guy is very busy, number one. Number two, his background is different.
mhm,
So definitely he cannot carry his study further.
mhm.
If I take him board, so that means I'm losing one seat.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, I'm trying to say. So there are too many factors.
Mhm,
Too many factors you interrelate
mhm,
or you correlate
mhm,
those factors to each other
mhm. Got
to
it.
take on board.
Got it. Thanks a lot for sharing that. And the next question I'd like to ask you, when we get a lot of students, and sometimes you are getting few students from other associates, and they said, when you go to these sort of agents, they do everything for us. They write personal statement for us. But when you come to you said you have to write your personal statement. Just you are giving some hints and tips and this and that, and you give some sort of sample of CV, and you tell us to make your CV as well. So what I understood from, I mean, the some sort of news or updates from university teachers, they hate a lot of things. For example, if they understand that the student didn't write down the personal statement, the vocabulary he or she has been using, I mean, on the personal statement, that doesn't match with their speaking and all that stuff. Once they catch up something like these students, they hate a lot. So my question to you is, I mean, what sort of things do you hate or you don't expect from a student and that make you crazy? So what sort of things a student shouldn't do? That's my question.
As an here, one thing is very clear.
Mhm,
Say like any recruiter meaning an interview or your tutor or our academic staff,
mhm,
they are not stupid.
mhm,
When you go to them for interview, they can see you are well prepared or you are not.
mhm,
Yes, I mean, say for example, as you told me about other recruiters,
mhm,
yeah. So when they send me application,
mhm,
so say for example, on your personal statement,
mhm,
one student has written very, I can say, extraordinary English. He or she has used, proper words, proper structuring, and everything.
mhm,
So when he or she comes to me
mhm,
for interview, so his application would be in front of me.
mhm,
So when I talk to him and he can't speak a single word, or maybe he can't, I can say, alter
mhm,
a proper words.
mhm,
So I would say, oh, someone help him on this application.
mhm,
So that create doubt.
mhm, mhm,
So that doubt automatically I would say, no, this guy, there's something wrong. Yes, I mean,
uh-huh,
so I mean, he just wants to get admission. Simple as that. He doesn't want to study.
mhm,
So if someone, as you say, you trained other people as well, yeah, I mean your students.
mhm,
So when the guy is trained, that means he or she is making effort and he or she is involved in that process as well.
mhm,
So when someone
mhm,
is involved in that process,
mhm,
so he or she knows the value as well. So actually, you are creating a value
mhm, mhm,
to those people. I mean, to those students.
mhm.
So when you're creating a value, so they know the value as well. If someone doesn't know the process, they don't do anything. So that's totally wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah.
So I mean, the other person who's sitting on the other side, he or she knows everything.
Mhm,
So what's going on?
mhm. Okay. So last time when I um, spoke with you over the phone, and I requested you to be guest on our show and deliver a lot of values. I mean, so that they can transform their life. I mean, watching this single video, because sometimes we are looking for something and we are so committed to do a lot of things, but a lot of things is going on and just something happened in our mind. Probably it might be watching a single video that transforms someone's life. So that's why um, I know, I mean, who can, put a lot of values on this show. That's why I requested you. And when I was requesting you last time, and I and you were looking for your schedule. I mean, when you are free, and you put me, let's say 9:30 you are free. But we have got a lot of family, friends, and here and there they say they can't pass their time. They have got a lot of times. They don't know what to do. They are bored, and these sort of things and stuff. So my question to you is, due to the coronavirus, people are I mean staying home. They are celebrating lockdown, and right now, how can they invest their time? I mean, within something that I mean bring them a lot of result in the future. And what do you expect? A lot of things. I mean, the financial crisis and all that stuff after coronavirus. And there, I have seen a lot of news as well. I mean, a lot of business they will go down. They'll be bust out. A lot of people will be losing their jobs as well. So, considering all sort of things, what's your suggestion and advice specifically for the people who has got a lot of time and nothing to do with that?
You know, to be honest, since that coronavirus started, and now we've been in lockdown.
Yeah.
I think it's now third week or something in London here.
I think, yeah, yeah. I think from 23rd or 24th. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm more busier
Hmm.
since sitting home. To be honest, I'm much more busier than that. And I think number one, I'm more busier. People say they don't have anything to do, and still, as you know, over the phone, I told you I'm still struggling
Hmm.
to get out of more this. Even I don't have a time. What I do,
Hmm.
I just I mean, out that time,
Hmm.
I go as I told you last time as well. So like I do 1.5 hour exercise. That's in the evening. That's I come back at 9:30. That's I told I'll be back 9:30, and then
Hmm.
I will go live.
Hmm.
So that's my like outing time or exercise time, whatever you can call.
Hmm.
So but before that, to be honest, I'm very busy.
Hmm.
Yeah. So and it depends on you how you spend your time, how you manage your life,
Hmm.
and where you spend your time as well.
Hmm.
You spend your time on creative and productive activities, or you just waste your time just watching television.
Hmm.
Yes, I mean. So sometime I watch news, what's going on the latest, but no, the same news.
Hmm.
I know since 3 weeks now, the same news coming again, again, this number. So I don't watch news
Uh-huh.
anymore because the same thing, stress.
Hmm.
The best thing is try to find something again, the area where you want to grow, where you want to improve.
Hmm.
Or what you do, find out, I mean, try to learn one skill where you can make money.
Hmm.
I think another thing as well, I think this lockdown or is coronavirus, whatever we call, I think I'm taking it as a positive.
Hmm.
I don't say my sympathies are with the families who have lost their loved ones,
Hmm.
and I'm fully supporting, I mean, I can say the patients, I'm supporting NHS, supporting, I'm appreciating, I can say, I'm supporting, all key workers, whatever.
Hmm.
So what I'm trying to say here, say, I think, but we should learn a lesson
Hmm.
from this crisis or from this, time period as well.
Hmm.
And I would say here one thing more, I'll give you, I mean, it's my personal opinion.
Hmm.
After finishing this coronavirus period or the coronavirus time, the world order gonna be changed.
Hmm.
Things will not be running as they were running before.
Hmm.
So we should be waking up.
Hmm.
So we should open our eyes
Okay.
and we should get prepared. We should get ready for the future.
Hmm.
For that one, we should learn skill. Say like if time comes like this, I mean you are in lockdown, you are sitting in your houses, you're sitting, inside your rooms in front of televisions, and you don't have job, you can't go out.
Hmm.
So at least you should be sitting
Hmm.
at your home and you should be making money.
Hmm.
So you see here, I'm sitting in my kitchen. I don't need to, if I can say office or where, I don't mind.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
understand? I even at home I feel more comfortable. So you don't need to get ready 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you're going to work, you're doing this, you're doing that. What I'm doing nowadays, I have just three things. Let me tell you, I'm showing you here.
Hmm.
One is my laptop,
Hmm.
second thing is my mobile phone, and third thing is,
Internet.
my notebook and pen.
Hmm.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
my notes and everything. That's what I'm doing here.
mhm, mhm,
So you understand me? So we don't need, office. We don't need. My team is virtual. They are with me, all the time.
mhm,
We are online. We do our meetings. We do everything.
mhm,
Even I think we are improving. We have seen our, I can say, weak points.
mhm,
We have seen our gray areas, and we are improving, on that side as well.
mhm,
That's it.
mhm,
I think it's good learning. I think it's good learning, and we should learn more how we can, improve ourselves,
mhm,
how we can gain more skills, how we can
mhm,
survive if we get such time in our life. So I think this is good lesson for us, a good lesson for all of us.
mhm. Okay.
So,
Um, okay. Thanks a lot for sharing that. So I would like to say thank you who joined us. So Noor said very interesting. Yeah. I'd like to thank Doctor again. So he invested. I mean, he gave us so much time to share a lot of things, and that helped us a lot to make a decision. I mean, what are we gonna do? So Nana, thanks for watching. Ali Khan, thanks for watching. Ahmed, thanks for watching. So the next question I'm gonna ask you. So
no,
yeah,
add one thing more to all of our viewers,
mhm,
especially your viewers, that keep coming on this page or keep watching these videos. So in near future,
mhm,
so we will add in a lot of value to their lives.
mhm,
I mean, if they want to start their businesses or if they want to start their educational career, whatever,
mhm,
what I mean.
mhm,
So we can give them a lot of practical tips, not just theoretical,
mhm,
the practical step by step, what they should do, what they can do. As I told you before, I mean, what they should do in this coronavirus crisis time, in lockdown time.
mhm,
So on this one, we can
mhm,
teach them or we can tell them, I mean, what they should learn,
mhm,
what's best for them. And we can tell them tools, we can tell them, all materials, we can give them, too many things.
mhm. Okay,
So,
that's the question I was going to ask you. So as we are expecting that a lot of our business will be burst into and a lot of people will be jobless and I have shared the concern and fear and all that stuff with some of my friends, colleagues, and business owners as well. And the one interesting thing they said, by this time probably 90% people will be jobless, I mean, unless, or I mean, if not, the government announce the furlough. So government promise the business owners that don't fire them, keep them. I mean, we're gonna contribute 80% of the salary. That's why still, I mean, most of the people they become furlough, but not the jobless. Anyway, so as I was sharing my concern with all the business owners, they said when, I mean, governments stop this scheme, and you'll see the next week there will be much more people, they will be jobless as well. So my question to you is, and my humble request to you is, I mean, the people who will be jobless, who will be out of the business. So let's say they have got 2 months, or let's say 90 days. By this time, what they can do, I mean, staying home, I mean, how they can, I mean, add some sort of things on their skill so that when they are in crisis, they can fight for a job and they can grab one.
yeah. If even if you go back before coronavirus,
Hmm.
yeah, if you do study,
Hmm.
I mean, what was happening in the world? I mean, what people were doing, I can say. I mean, here, if you see about America,
Hmm.
I mean, loads of people they started leaving their jobs and they started, freelancing.
Hmm.
So they gained one skill. So, like if someone was consult or someone was working in security,
Hmm.
he left his job and he started a security consultancy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah? So, and then I would say myself, as I told you,
Hmm.
I was running a security company, and then I resigned from my directorship, and then I became as a consultant.
Hmm.
So I don't need manpower, I don't need office, I don't need this, I don't need that.
Hmm.
Yes, I mean, so I mean already people had started
Hmm.
to thinking about leaving their jobs.
Hmm.
So, but this is not for everyone. This is not for everyone. This is, I can say, very minor number of people, who are doing, all these,
Hmm.
I can say, leaving their jobs and starting their career.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but from this crisis, I think what we should learn, or I mean, this is my, again, it's my personal opinion. I don't generalize to everyone.
Hmm.
It's my personal. So I think we should gain at least one skill That's no job dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Using that skill, at least you can work as a freelancer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And number one, number two is for individuals and for businesses as well. Think about a business model that's not very specific to location based.
Mm-hmm.
So like the shops.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to open your shop, then customers come, I mean footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They should come in your shop, they should buy something and then they leave.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of business models are flop.
Mm-hmm.
They will not exist for a longer time.
Mm-hmm.
You should have some kind of, like a semi, if you say you can't do, I mean, fully, like grocery shops, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but you should have like semi kind of business model, like something you can do online and something you can do offline
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So these things, I mean, like location based.
Mm-hmm.
And for individual, for offices, we shouldn't be office based. We should think some other thing as well, like virtual, as we are doing as well. You are sitting in your home, I'm sitting here. So look, we are doing, this talk, and we are delivering this knowledge, we deliver content to your viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would say, learn at least one key skill, whatever you think you can deliver to someone, and you can add value to other people, to other businesses as well.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
I think these things, would be very helpful.
Got it. Thank you so much. So I'd like to ask you one more question. So before that, I'd like to give you some sort of information. And by this time, Noor Ali said, "Thank you so much for doing this. You are most welcome, Noor Ali, and thanks for joining us." And the question I'm gonna ask you, I mean, if you think, I mean, I missed something to ask you, you'd like to share, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to share that. And before that, I'd like to give some sort of information. So, by this time, still the university is open. They are using the virtual platform. They have got a webinar. So
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of going to the classroom, now university is conducting the class. I mean, staying home, you can enjoy the class. And the same way we are recruiting students as well. So you don't have to come to your office or you don't have to go to the university for interview. What you can do, you can contact us and one of our team will,
yeah.
I mean, reach to you. Then we're gonna follow up the same way as we are supposed to do. We're gonna give you all the information. Then we're gonna send you the application form, and it's editable. You can, staying home, you can fill it up. Then we're gonna help you and give you some sort of support with the personal statement and CV. Once you have done all the things, then we ask you to send us. And once we got that, then we process the file to the university, and university will schedule you for the interview. And if you open an Skype and just university will take your interview and you will go to the class, virtual class. You don't have to go to the university until everything has become normal. So still you have got this opportunity. So what I'm telling you, I mean, staying home, if you haven't got that much to do, and if you are bored, and if you are watching television, as doctor said, if you are watching the same news time and again, and there's gonna be, I mean, some sort of mental health issue as well, because if
Yeah, yeah.
if you watch
More,
the everything,
more,
yeah,
more frustration and more stress.
yeah, yeah. So we'd like to save you from that. So you can invest your time in a positive way, and you can, bring a lot of values in your life. And when everything is normal, you'll see you are ahead of the game. So, and I'd like to announce you one more thing is tomorrow we have requested and we have booked another guest. He is Dr. Rob. So he's gonna share a lot of values, how to get a good score in your assignment. So don't miss that. Please come on live at 9 o'clock, and would like to invite you. Come on, and if you have got any questions regarding the assignment and all that stuff, please keep asking. And right now, still we have got a few minutes. If you have got any question, please ask, and Dr. Javed Iqbal, he's gonna answer you on live. So right now, my question is: so what do you think? I mean, if you feel that I was supposed to ask you a question, I mean to ask you a question, but I forgot, I didn't ask you, and I missed that. So, what the thing you'd like to share that's gonna add a bit more value to the viewers?
I think already you have covered
Mm-hmm.
most of the questions,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure already if I explained or no.
Mm-hmm.
Again, here people think if they go to university or they go to college or they get higher education,
Mm-hmm.
so after that they have to go to work. I mean, they have to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think, I mean, being, if I can say, having a doctorate or PhD. That was another concept as well. People think if you have a PhD and then I mean you have to be in university as a you've been working as a lecturer or in as a research or whatever.
Mhm,
But I think no. Again, as we discussed before, I know being an educated person that doesn't mean you have to work for someone.
mhm,
It's totally up to you.
mhm,
After getting that qualification, you can start your own business as well. Because when you go to university, so you will learn too many things.
mhm, mhm,
So you will learn about too many tools. You will learn about management. You will learn about, like admin kind of stuff as well. So I mean here, just to tell to your viewers, going to university doesn't mean, I mean, after that you must have to go to work.
mhm,
You must
mhm,
have to go to job. So after that, it's totally up to you. If you want to start a business, if you are running already, if you are running a restaurant or if you are running any sort of business, you know. So after getting graduation, definitely it's guaranteed
mhm,
you will improve your business model
mhm,
because you would have learned too many business models and you would have learned, your mindset would be like research oriented.
mhm, mhm,
So as I say, in my field, I don't see too many people have written books.
mhm,
So no, this time I'm working, two more books as well. That's it. I would say the advantage goes to lockdown
mhm,
because before get before that we couldn't get time, morning time going to work, evening time coming back, and then we couldn't find a time
mhm,
to write books or something.
mhm,
But no, even I all the time I say I don't have time. So you have to work simultaneously on different projects.
mhm,
So I'm working, on two my coming books as well. Then again, I would say this credit goes to my background,
mhm,
my academic background, my PhD, all these things, because I have, like I can say, the writing skills, writing powers, writing mentality. So that's I think I'm keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. But if I see other consultants or other business growth strategists or specialists
mhm,
like myself,
mhm,
they haven't written so much. Might be
mhm,
they haven't gone through the process.
mhm,
Maybe they are not in that mindset, the writing mindset.
mhm,
So that's why I say, just one thing to add more.
mhm,
Like, going to university doesn't mean after that you have to quit your business and you have to leave your business and then you have to go to
mhm,
job. You have to find a job. No, no, no. You can continue your business, and after finishing your study, then you can upgrade your business, or maybe you can adopt some other business model.
mhm, mhm. Got it. So thank you for that. And the last thing, I'd like to share it with my audience. So thank you again, Dr. Javed Iqbal, for your time. And I really am planning right now. So I know you are so busy, you have got very busy schedule, but still I would keep chasing you to get another day to talk about your book. And basically that day the show would be only focusing on the thing, I mean, how can a person um, build a business, security business, and make seven figures within, let's say, 2 years time. So probably that's gonna be the, I mean, the main theme of the show. Obviously I'm gonna invite you another day, and I hope that you won't deny me for that. And last thing I'd like to ask you, there are a lot of audience, I mean viewers, they would like to have a chat personally with you. So in that case, where can they find you to, I mean, have a personal chat with you? Probably they're struggling with their business. Probably they have thought about, I mean, studying security business, or they are struggling with, personal skills to develop. They don't know where to go. I mean, as they knew by this time, they would like to, I mean, connect with you. So, what would be the best medium to connect with you so that is they can.
The best medium is you. What they can go to your friends list, and I will be there.
Mhm. So,
Or otherwise, Facebook
mhm.
is a simple Dr. Javed Iqbal. It's one word. So, I mean, like Facebook / Dr. Javed Iqbal is there, or find me people.
So,
And on LinkedIn,
mhm.
find me very simple. It's I can say linkedin.com / Dr. Javed Iqbal. It's one word again here.
Okay.
It's simple. That's my domain. That's my URL. So they're very simple. And otherwise, just they can contact you and you can pass my details or whatever, so much easier to to reach out to me.
Okay. So yeah, I think I have tagged you on the comments so that people, I mean, who'd like to have a chat with you personally, they can find you. And so finally, I'd like to say thank you so much for, I mean, giving us so much time and helping our audience to get a lot of ideas regarding the university admission and during the COVID-19 and all that stuff. So hopefully we'll catch up you soon. And thanks a lot for.
You are welcome. You are welcome,
Okay,
Hassan.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.